So I thought I would show you this wee indicator rig that I've got. It's on nylon and it slides. Okay, so it's using clink hammer hook, using typical parachute hackle, that's kind of Metz hackle. You need a wee bit of this ultra lace, you need some nylon, you need some dubbing, and at the end I've got a wee carrier here to hold it all on, right? And for a post, whatever wing post suits you, okay? So that's the fly, that's the rig. What it basically does is this slides on the nylon and allows you to fish nymphs off this other end. So you've got a bit of adjustment. If you get about 6 feet nylon, you can move that cast up and down 6 feet, moving this fly up and down 6 feet. So it's very, very quick to adjust, hassle free. The fly sometimes will take fish, but for me it's more about fishing the nymphs at adjustable depths. Okay, so we'll get started on that and I'll show you how I've done that. Okay, so hooking device. Start off by tying your body. So take your thread, just the same as a normal clink hammer, all the way around the bend. Wee hitch. Cut off the excess. Now for dubbins, they say you can use whatever you want. I quite like this, yeah, use what you want. Don't want it too thick. So I'm going to go a kind of light olive. And just dub a nice thin rope. If you keep it nice and thin, you can build it up. If you make it too thick, you just end up with a big clump and it doesn't look right. So twist that on and then build your body. Build in a taper if you want. You can also add a rib if you want as well. I don't generally no bother. So say this is more a kind of tactical fly. This biggest job is to support the nymphs, though it will catch fish as well. Take that to there. Wee half hitch, just to secure. Now, your nylon rigged up. Now, I've got about 6 feet, it's about £5 nylon. You don't want it too thin, and there's the wee sleeve, the wee plastic sleeve on there. Now that's this stuff here, it's the ultra lace. Cut a wee section of that, slip onto your nylon, and that's what's going to help the fly slide, okay? So normally I've got a tippet ring on here where I attach my tippet for my nymphs below, so maybe £2, £3 line with a couple of wee bugs, or depending on what you're going to fish, okay? Now, this end, you can put a loop on it to attach to your fly line, or tie it directly, or whatever way you want to fix it up, okay? Now I just leave this braid lock, this silicone tubing long, and I just put it in between, some over the eye, some over the back of the hook, and just gently, carefully bind that down. Now you're not trying to crank that down too tight. Put a layer down and try it. So that's no bad. I'm going to give it a wee slight tighten, another roll. That's better. You get a feel for it. You get to know that it's not too tight, that you've got to pull it so hard, but know that it's not running freely, so that the fly will only move when you're actually fishing it. So tuck that out the rod, okay? Now, next thing we're going to do is your wing. You can use whatever wing you want. Loads of yarns out there. You've got Parapost, you can use wool, you could use whatever you like, okay? I've been using a lot of this funky fibre. This is in pink. I've got it in greys, I've got it in whites, got it in hot orange, even black can be good if you get a lot of low light. and there's quite a shine coming off the water. Black actually stands out very, very well. But whatever post you want, you decide what you're going to use. New Zealand wool, whatever. Take a section and we're going to double it, right? So take as much as you think you'll need. Now again, it comes with a wee bit of trial and error till you get what you think you're going to need. And again, you can adjust this post by how much or how little as you want. You can put a lot of wool on so that it holds up some mega beads, or you can just put a wee drop on. It's entirely up to you. It's worth trying different ones. Now what I do is I just nip it in the middle and I bring it up and I wrap it round the hook like that. What I don't want to do is tie it in onto the silicone tubing. It just tightens everything up. So this is a wee fiddly bit where you've just got to kind of pinch it and get a couple of wraps on just to hold. But really what you're trying to do here is post it. So this is the fiddly bit. Get your thread up on the top and create a post. There. Just take your time. Make sure that's nice and tight. Now you're not putting any pressure on the silicone tubing, so you're not over tightening that. Okay, so that's that. Leave it long. You can trim that to suit yourself. Now, what else we need is a hackle. You want a decent sort of saddle. This is a Metz, just a blue dun or a grey, light grey, whatever. Use whatever you want. You can use a grizzle, you can use an olive hackle, a black hackle, whatever you want. Doesn't matter, but you're just looking for a typical parachute type hackle. Again, prepare that up and again put it on the post. So you're going to post this up the same as you did with the yarn. So get that on there. Okay, this is the fiddly bit. Post your hackle. Trim off any waste, right? Now you need to kind of tidy this area up. The peacock curl would be traditionally used for the clink hammer. You can use what you want. Generally I just put a bit of darker dubbing in. Just doesn't really matter what you do. Whatever suits you, right? Stick to the traditional. For the clink hammer, you want to get peacock curl. I'm just going to put some dubbing on. So a wee bit of darker dubbing, just wound round, figure eighting, just to create a wee dubbing ball there. Just check. Missed a wee bit, always seem to miss a wee bit at the front there. So again, that's okay, right. Back onto your post. And then wind your hackle. So you want to take your hackle up and wind it down. Try to put the turns underneath each other. Keep them nice and tight. Now again, as much hackle or as little hackle as you want, it's entirely up to you, depending on how much floatability you're looking for. Pull this out of the road. I'm just trapping that with my finger until I get a wee throw, a wee turn on there. And a wee tighten. Tidy that up. Now, this is never going to win any prizes for the best dressed clink hammer. But as I say, it's a fishing fly, a tactical fly, rather than something for a glass case. So that's that. Wee whip finish to finish off. Just pull everything out the road. Whip finish that. Double whip finish. Spot of varnish. That shouldn't come undone. Under the rod. Turn that away. Just double check, that's still sliding, no problem, and trim this to whatever you think. I usually just bend it out, give me an idea how far I'm going to do it. So, about there. You can leave it long, better to leave it long, and then you can trim it on the water. If you feel as if it's too much, just trim it, trim it, trim it. Now this stuff probably needs a wee bit of help floating, so I tend to put some gink in there, some muslin, dry fly float, whatever you want, bit of silicone, whatever helps to help your fly to float. The thorax bit you want to be hanging under the surface, and you can see how it does that. If you imagine the nylon's the surface, and the fly will hang below the surface. So that's just the way a clinky should be. Now that'll support decent sized beads. And again, mess about until you find whatever suits you, how much beads you want to go, and how much heavy beads you want to hold up. Yeah, wind them onto one of these wee foam carriers, and it keeps it nice and tidy, and you can shove one of them in your pocket. And then you've got a rig to assemble within seconds, and you're good to go. Okie doke. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Give it a wee try, see how you get on, get a bash. Okie doke. Cheers.